evening, TheoTrade. This is Corey Rosenblum, and you're watching the Theo Nightly video for April 23rd, 2019, and we're talking earnings. This week is all about earnings. We had Snapchat and Twitter and eBay, Coca-Cola, Verizon, all those on today's session. But tomorrow, Wednesday, the 24th, we're going to have even more earnings. In fact, about 114. On Thursday, 166. So we'll do just a little sample of some of those names, especially those that report Wednesday. And the big one, Amazon and maybe Intel, they report on Thursday. But just in tonight's session, we'll take a look at daily chart levels and get some swing trade or option ideas based on current trends and key levels to be watching in these stocks. And of course, as we're looking at right here, the broader market. Well, let's start with that S&P 500, which is on a pathway to make new 2019 highs, just as the market pushes up in a trend day to the upside, just shy of its all-time high near the 2950 level. We do think the market will go to push a little bit beyond that. We'll see what happens next, but all of this sell swing activity from the latter part of 2018 has been erased, and today is that milestone, not just in the S&P, but we can take a look at our Nasdaq, and the Nasdaq burst to new all-time highs as the tech index pushed beyond the 7,800 level. We can see once again that the average true range and the implied volatility of both these products are at lows. This is suggestive that this won't continue forever, although it can go longer than we suppose or suspect it can, but it will result into a future of higher volatility. So even though we're making new all-time highs, it's a good time to be thinking about putting on hedge positions, risk twist spreads, or things like that to protect ourselves when the market does turn more volatile. But before we talk about that too much, let's jump into our earnings plays for the 24th. We'll start in no particular order with Tesla. Now, we can pull up to a larger perspective in Tesla shares to see that we have a lengthy, almost 2-year sideways trading range between 250 per share and just shy of 375 per share. And we have seen this high to low, low to high, and back and forth again action. Given that Tesla shares are into 250 per share, and given that the options are showing higher implied volatility, and given this long-term support level, this might be a good spot for trading tactics on a departure or a trade away from 250 per share. Now, the earnings will be released tomorrow, and in terms of what we're looking for the implied volatility or expected move, that's at 100%. And $22 to the upside, $22 to the downside. We like to play earnings on an intraday basis as a market pushes or gaps into the expected move and then trades away from it. That's assuming you don't already have a position on or might put one on before earnings are announced. So we still have this 250 play, so $22 to the upside puts it about 288, which is just roughly shy of this midpoint, which is about 290 per share. So we could see Tesla pop to the upside, playing into 290, but if we see it under 250 and $22 lower, that's going to be a major development on the daily chart, and of course weekly levels, because it would signify a new multi-year low. So whatever the earnings are on Tesla, whatever positions you may have on, do carefully watch these levels, roughly 250 and about 290. Next up is Microsoft, which continues its relentless uptrend. My personal belief in stocks that are strong is that they will get stronger, and Microsoft has been a persistent uptrend candidate as it continues to make higher highs, higher lows in this relentless uptrend. Just about every week here from 2019, exception of 3 of those, have been to the upside. On the daily chart, we aren't going to take any trades in Microsoft. It's more of an intraday candidate or a candidate to have already put on in-out spreads or other type of bullish plays on pullbacks or a breakout to these rising moving averages. We do see bullish volume coming in as the market probably pushes higher, not before a pullback. So if you do want to play a bearish position, let the earnings shake out and play any type of pullback from that spot. In terms of the implied volatility, now Microsoft's not going to be a big volatile name, the implied volatility is about 43%, which gives us a plus or minus $4.30. And that's just not a lot. But then again, Microsoft is a steady, stable company. It just happens to be caught in a big uptrend on its daily chart. So up or down about $4 in Microsoft. Jumping back to Visa. This is similar to Microsoft and some other financial companies or retail companies that are making new 52-week highs, some of which are making new all-time highs. Once again, that which is strong tends to get stronger, and the trading tactic I like to recommend is buying pullbacks, either with in-out spreads, purchasing call premium, or purchasing vertical spreads, or, if we prefer selling premium, to sell premium at strike prices beneath the 50-day moving average. And that can be done on a monthly basis or 2 months into the future, assuming that the uptrend will continue. In the implied volatility, we can take a look at the earnings spread is, roughly speaking, similar. It's about $4.80 on Visa, similar there to Microsoft. And notice that this base, a quick comment, led to the breakout. So strong consolidations or sideways action, they tend to build bases for future breakouts. That's a breakout tactic we like to look at as well. 2 more candidates for this next Wednesday. Chipotle, the $100 burrito, or in this case, the $700 burrito, continues to make higher highs, higher lows, and continue this rising moving average play. Now, something interesting is taking place. In the 700 per share level, we are seeing the first, second really in 2019, touch of this 50-day moving average. We are seeing interesting signs of volume volatility come into the stock. So its up or down play tomorrow is roughly $50 with an 87% implied volatility. So $50 up takes it, simple math here, upwards of $750 or $650. So we'll see what happens into the earnings and maybe potentially play an intraday trade bullishly up away from $650 or bearishly down away from $750. That's assuming the market does gap to one of those levels. Finally, we'll take a look at Caterpillar. Now, Caterpillar is into resistance. It is not showing the same strength of trend as stocks like Microsoft or Visa or even Chipotle. Nevertheless, it is into a resistance point, and that's about 145 per share. The lower support pivot is actually a rising trend line that's taking it into a compression. What does this mean? It means the future for Caterpillar is probably a range expansion or a breakout event. So Caterpillar does have a long bias or bullish bias above 145 per share. And that could take it to about 160, which is the prior high. I'd say if it gets under 135, let this break a little bit, and this inflection point is just under 135. That's going to open a sell swing pathway to the future down to about 120. Can't resist, but take a quick look at Amazon before the video is over, which is another example of why we do stock scanning and breakout trading tactics. In prior videos and in prior reports, we've taken a look at Amazon as a low ADX stock, which means we are looking for a range expansion or a breakout event. That was then, March. This is now. So Amazon from that compression point has risen over $200. So in-out spreads or call purchases, if need be, premium sold, puts sold beneath these levels have been advantageous strategies, or buying these pullbacks on the way higher. Now, we will have Amazon report earnings on Thursday. Now, we'll certainly go through Wednesday, but at the moment, the up or down movement for Amazon is looking to be $76. So be sure to watch these levels, the expectations, the trends, the moving average, and how the earnings reports factor into the movement into or away from these expected moves. And we still have even more stocks to play beyond these names. Fun week ahead. Everybody take care. Be safe. This is Corey Rosenblum with your Theo Not Leader video for April 23rd, 2019.